So the Unit 2 is called Methods of Characterization. What this means is that in a movie, in a book, in any kind of story, and even somewhat in real life, people or characters do things that help you understand what they're like. For example, if I were to throw a snowball at my sister, you would be able to make a judgment on what my characteristics or my traits, basically what I'm like. You'd be able to tell what those are. If I were to win a math competition, you may say that one of my traits, my character traits, is that I'm smart. What this unit's all about is how authors do this in their books. Now, I mentioned the word trait before. When you first meet a person, you make a judgment about what their traits might be. Their traits refer to the adjectives, the describing words that describe that person. You may say, he's nice or she's friendly. And those are examples of character traits. Nice and friendly, the adjectives that are being used right there, are examples of character traits. When you try to figure out what a character is like, it's called making an inference. You make an educated guess. Just because I won a math competition does not mean I'm the smartest in the room. I may have cheated. Who knows? But you make an inference, which is an educated guess. Right? There are two types of characterization. You have indirect. You look at their appearance, what they do, what they say, their thoughts and their feelings, and the reactions from other characters around them. And then there's direct. So the indirect, we have appearance, whatever a person wears or looks like, or their body language, how they move, may tell you something about that person. You have actions, what they do. Again, if I threw that snowball at my sister, you may say, well, he's a jerk, or he's rude, or he's potentially playful. That was based on my actions. My words, obviously what I say or what someone or character says to another, will help you understand what they're like as well. Thoughts and feelings. When the author tells us about what a certain character is feeling or what their thoughts are, that's going to let us know what they're like. If the author tells us that a character is feeling a certain way about doing something, we'll be able to make a pretty good guess about what that character is like or what their character traits are. Other characters' comments or reactions. If you notice that a bunch of characters are laughing at what another character is saying, you can assume that character who's telling the jokes is pretty funny. So the way other characters react to a certain character in a story or in life can tell you what that character is like. There's also direct characterization. Right? What this means is it's when the narrator in the story, the person telling the story, tells us exactly what that character is like. Michael was mischievous. Jennifer was creative. Hugh was imaginative. And now we know, because we've been told, that character is a certain way. We don't have to guess what they're like. We've been told. The other part of Unit 2 is point of view, which describes the point of view that the story is told from. You have first person. You technically have second, although we won't use it. And you have third person, which we'll use a bit more. First person means there's a character in the story telling the story. So if I were to tell the story of my day, I would be describing it in first person narration. I woke up. I went to the store. I bought myself some donuts. After that, I went to school and had a good day. I'm a character in the story, and so I'm saying I, me, and my. The other type of point of view or narration is called third person that we'll be using. That one is when the narrator, or the person telling the story, is not a character in the story. Instead, you can imagine this third person narrator as someone who is hovering above almost and writing down everything that's going on. They happen to know everything that the characters are feeling and thinking and saying. They are an all-powerful type narrator.